Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about why do they come back after rejecting you? So I have a few things that I've kind of thought about that would cause someone to come back after rejecting you. And I have a list here, so I'm just going to go through this list. So one of the reasons why someone may come back after rejecting you is because they are an attention seeker. So perhaps this person is an attention seeker. And basically what that means is that once they've rejected you, they may miss the attention that you were giving them. So for example, let's say you had a big crush on them and they knew about it. Perhaps you confessed your feelings to them. Perhaps you've always displayed interest in them and they've rejected you. But they come back after they've rejected you because they like the attention, the romantic attention that you give them, because it gives them, a bit of an ego boost. Like, I think everyone likes it being desired. I think we've all had an experience where someone has, showed interest in us, and we perhaps may have not been interested in them back. We may not have returned the feeling, shall we say. But it feels good to know that someone has a crush on you. It feels nice to know that someone likes you, even if that crush is inappropriate, for example. But it's good to know that you're desired, that you're liked. And basically the reason why this person may come back after you've rejected them is simply because they like that ego boost. They like getting that attention from you, even though they don't really want to do anything about it. And basically that's how you know, if you've got an attention seeker on your hands. If they are talking to you, and they like the fact that and they may even say things to you that, oh, I like you too, or they may even say, I love you too. But they never act on it. They never want to go on a date with you. They never want to spend any intimate time with you. They're kind of always keeping you at arm's length. So that's kind of how you know if you have an attention seeker on your hands. And it may be the case that they like to come back into your life so they can get that boost, because obviously if you like them and you have a crush on them, you're probably going to give them your attention, especially if you haven't watched many of my videos or many of the other videos on YouTube from other coaches who tell you never to give your attention to someone who has rejected you, who doesn't feel the same way about you. But if you've not come across any of that kind of content, or not much of that content before, it may not be imprinted very much into your mind and you may not know about it. You might be just ignorant to it, which is fine. I was definitely ignorant to these things at some point. The reason why I know so much about these kinds of things is because I once needed them myself, desperately. I'm probably way worse than what you are, basically, right? So yeah, that could be a reason why they come back if they rejected you. They just like the attention that they get from you. They may not like you in the same way, but they do like the attention that you're giving them because it gives them an ego boost. So another reason why they may come back after rejecting you is they have been reattracted to you because you have displayed inner strength via walking away and no contact. So this may have been someone that was attracted to you, or still kind of was attracted to you, but perhaps they dumped you, or they were once interested in you and then they didn't display as much interest. But when someone was once previously interested in you, sometimes there is a chance that that spark could be reignited, and when that happens is usually when they've been given a lot of space. So let's say, for example, they did once like you and you went into no contact and you walked away from them because they rejected you or they didn't want to be with you anymore. And once you walked away and you did no contact, that shows strength, because you haven't been, apologizing, you haven't been pursuing them, you haven't been trying to get them back, you haven't been doing anything basically to get them back. You've gone into no contact and you've walked away. And sometimes that, giving that person that space, can give them time to reflect and think about you and think, oh, they've walked away from me, they haven't been speaking to me. Perhaps I made a mistake. Perhaps this person isn't who I thought they were. I thought they were going to be really needy, or I thought they were going to continue to be needy. But actually, they've not spoken to me. They've remained cool. They've given me the space that I asked for, and therefore that has reignited the attraction, because they feel the strength of that person who has stopped speaking to them and has given them space. So that might be a reason, another reason why they come back after rejecting you. You have given them space. They've had time to think about you, and they've had time to miss you, and therefore they've come back. So another reason why they come back after rejecting you is they want to keep you as a backup in case they can't find someone new. So obviously this isn't the best kind of thing to do to someone, but because it all kind of makes you feel like second best in a way. And it kind of makes you feel like, oh, the only reason why they're here is because they can't find someone else. So it's obviously not a good idea if this happens, because they can't find someone else to, you know, kind of, what's the right word? Entertain that, basically. So if someone has come back and it's clear the only reason why they've came back is because perhaps it didn't work out with someone new, or you can just tell that they haven't been able to find someone new and therefore they're just using you because they always need to have someone in their life, which is typically what kind of happens in this kind of situation. You know, they always need someone in their life. They always need to be in some kind of relationship. They can't not be single. Because for whatever reason it doesn't make them feel good about themselves. They don't like being single because perhaps it makes them feel like they're coming across as someone who's not desirable or something. But either way, that could be a reason why someone comes back. They want to keep you. They want to keep you entertained. They want to keep entertaining the thought of not being single. Like they just want to be with someone, basically. You know, I've seen this as well. Like there's someone who I know who got engaged, and the engagement basically fell apart, and then they went back to the one that they've always been kind of seeing on and off for years. And it's like, what are you doing? You know, it's because they can't go alone. They can't be on their own. They can't not be in a relationship. They can't be single. And sometimes that's what someone may do to you if they've rejected you and then come back. It's because they don't want to go it alone, and they always need someone, and they kind of always want to keep you in their orbit in case it goes wrong with people, so they've always got someone to fall back on, but never be someone's backup. It's just really not the self-respecting thing. If you can tell that this is happening to you and this person just keeps on leaving, goes and dates someone else and then comes back to you because it hasn't worked out, you got to walk away from that person and never speak to them again, because they are literally using you. You don't want to do it. It's not nice. It's not a nice thing to do to yourself either, and it's definitely not a nice thing for them to do to you, but you can't really change what they do. But don't allow anyone to do that to you. It's not good. So another reason why they may come back after rejecting you is because it's a competitive thing. So perhaps basically you've been dating new people, and perhaps, you know, you may have posted a few pictures on social media, or you may have been tagged in a few pictures on social media with someone new. And this person who rejected you may come back because they're like, oh, this person is obviously very desirable because they've had new people in their life. They're going on dates, they're meeting new people, and they kind of want to be top dog. They were like, no, this is kind of being a bit territorial, even if they're not really displaying that much interest in you. Like, it's a really weird competitive thing that people can do. And it's not something that I condone at all. I think it's a terrible thing, and I don't think you should allow, again, people to treat you like that, and just want you basically just because they feel like they can get you and they want to be the main person in your life even though they don't really want you. So again, it's not the great thing to do to go back with that kind of person, although I know that can be it can be easier said than done because of how much emotion and perhaps how deeply you feel about them. But yeah, sometimes people can be very competitive once they've rejected someone, and then that person that they rejected is now dating new people, perhaps people that they think are better and more kinder, more better looking than them, you know, things like that. So that can be another reason why someone can come back after rejecting you. And the last thing that I thought about and that I wrote down here is they genuinely realize that they made a mistake. So this obviously goes for those people that are obviously still attracted to you, are still interested in you in some way, or it might be the case that they have later down the road developed feelings for you and second guessed basically how they felt about you, and they realize that they genuinely have made a mistake, and they come from a nicer place, shall we say, like their intentions come from a more purer place, and they do actually feel like, oh, I actually do really like this person. I rejected them, but actually I feel a little bit different towards them now. And I am starting to be more interested in them. I do want to perhaps date them and see what's going on here and kind of explore this attraction that I have for them. And they come back for that reason. So I'm definitely not saying that it could be one of these reasons, or it could, because it might not be. There might be another reason why they've done this. This is all I could kind of think of. So if you've got any more reasons why someone may come back after rejecting you, then please write it down in the comments. But this is just sort of like what I come up with. So it might be one of these things, it might be none of these things, it could be a couple of these reasons, like they could have more than one reason. But these are basically all the reasons that I could come up with. So those are my thoughts on why do they come back after rejecting you. Thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to get in touch with me personally, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.